Grand Rising. There we go. All right. Now, I'm wondering if... Oh, no. There we go. Don't mind me. Don't mind me as we getting started. Okay. Now, Grand Rising, everybody. If you guys have been looking for me on Facebook, I have not been on Facebook, but you can find me on Instagram, which is Couch Chronicles No Limits. YouTube, which is THA Real JANELL, and also Viko, Twitch, Spotify, Apple, and Pandora. Excuse me, which is Couch Chronicles No Limits. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get it popping. None. Why can't I hear none? Wait, pause. Because why don't I hear nothing out loud? Let's fix the ads. Oh, I know why. Bear with me. I know exactly why, actually. Don't even trip.
Bluetooth disconnected.
That's what happened. Now let's start that over.
For the Couch Chronicles, where there ain't no fucking limits.
Every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from 8 Central Time. You don't never want to miss a couch. And now we're live every Wednesday and Friday from 9:30 a.m. Central Time. That's every day of the week. Yeah, tune in. You don't want to miss this shit. It's the Couch Chronicles, where they know what? I know you said it.
Let's jump right into the theme song for early.
It's the Couch Chronicles, where it ain't no fucking limits.
I look like and feel like I'm $1,000,000. I'm feeling myself for real. I'm on my way. The way I walk looks like a dance. And baby, that's just how I feel. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling right. I'm feeling alive. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling right. I'm feeling alive. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling right. I'm feeling alive. I'm feeling myself.
It's the Couch Chronicles, early mornings on the couch, that is, every Wednesday and Friday from 9:30 a.m. Central Time. Come catch a vibe with the couch. If you ain't gotta work, then you better keep your pajamas on. Get your tea, your coffee, whatever you drink, and whatever you smoke. Because Wednesdays and Fridays is the time to relax, chilling, vibing, you know. If you would like to be a live guest, if you in the Oklahoma City area, DM me now. Trust me when I say you don't want to miss this vibe. Are you feeling good? I'm feeling good. That's how you supposed to feel in the morning. 1, 2, 3, let's go.
I look like and feel like I'm $1,000,000. I'm feeling myself for real. I'm on my way. The way I walk looks like a dance. And baby, that's just how I feel. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling right. I'm feeling alive. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling right. I'm feeling alive. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling right. Feeling alive. I'm feeling myself. I am.
Okay. Of course, y'all already know, like I say all the time, it is the Couch Chronicles, where it ain't no fucking limits. And I do this every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday from 8 Central Time, and every Wednesday and Friday from 9:30 a.m. Central Time. This whole week on the couch is Prison Jail Felon Talk. So if you see the title and you like, damn, it seems like this title has been every day, because it is. It's a whole week. I did 9 years on a yard, so that means I got a lot of stuff to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you've done time, and I say this all the time, because here we go again. My life. There we go. How do they sell the non-tobacco, non-marijuana vapes on TikTok, but whenever you hit it on TikTok, they get mad? Like, what are you doing? Do you want me to promote it or not? So, anyways, so a lot of times we've done time, but we can't get it out of our head, of course, because we did a lot of time. And again, time is time. You can do 2 weeks in Oklahoma County and it could change your whole entire life. And you can do 2 days in Tulsa County and it'll never change your life. Like, it's just different for everyone. But I don't never like to disregard how much time someone did just because it wasn't as much as me. You don't have to do 9 years for me to know that you get it. Like, I mean, you might not get it, because sometimes when you haven't done a lot of time, you don't get to experience like the shakedowns or the real motherfucking not shake and bakes. I was gonna say shake and bakes, but the real like pat downs. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of y'all don't remember when they started using flashlights for the pussy. Like, when they started actually like getting more in depth, like it wasn't even just like a regular cough and squat. It was almost like violating. It was almost like feeling as if it wasn't a good feeling, basically. And you can't just be like, hey, don't do that, or no. They're gonna be like, is she trying to hide something, or is he trying to hide something? So you just have to do what they ask, cough and squat. And if they say stick your finger in your coochie, then you have to stick your finger in your coochie. And then they can even go as far as taking a gloved hand and sticking it in your ass, the hole. So, having that experience is kind of, that's why I say, I mean, time is time, but some experiences are a little bit more traumatic than others. Before we go on, I do want to give a moment of silence for the ones who aren't here today. So let's give this moment to them. Before we get into the episode, coming up on the couch, March the 10th, Gang Tie June will be here. I'm super excited. March the 12th, Viko G, this will be his second time back. Sickle Cell Talk, March the 16th, we'll have that with Lewis. The next Prison Jail Felon Talk will be April the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. And March the 9th will be the next Mental Health Talk. March 11th will be Autoimmune Disease Awareness. March the 18th will be Stop the Gun Violence. And March the 31st will be Fuck Fentanyl. So those are the things that we have coming up on the couch. Now let's get into this episode. Now, a lot of people don't realize this. Maybe maybe the family might realize this more so than somebody who didn't know you before then and didn't know you during, if that makes sense. They don't know you like your family think they know you. Your family think they know you because they came to visitation. They think they know you because they feel like they raised you, and they raised you up into a certain point until you went to prison, of course. And some people, we went to prison at a young age. So some of those years of being raised, we didn't get those. Nobody really knows who you are when you are in prison if they are not in prison with you. And it sounds messed up, but it's the truth. The people on the yard, men yards, women yards, same, all yards, the men and the women, we are around these other men and women 24/7, 32/6. So they're not only getting to know the version of us that we have to be in front of everyone, but if they're really close to us, then they also get to know a version of us that I don't really know how to explain that, because we don't really know who we are until we get out of prison. But we know a version of us that we do want to be outside of the version of us that we have to put out and be on the yard. It can be 3 versions of you right in one penitentiary. And it sounds crazy, but there's a version of you that you have to be on the yard. You can't be who you think you want to be. You might think that, oh, I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna be in there and I'm gonna be my real genuine self. No. Mm-mm. You have to be a whole nother person. So you gotta just, okay, so that's one. And the other version of yourself is the version that you allow the people that you get close to on the yard, that you consider family. And it doesn't take 1, 2, 3 months, not even 1, 2, 3 years. Sometimes it takes longer than that to call someone family on the yard. And I'm speaking especially to people who've done a lot of time. The people that you actually trust the most on the yard, they get that second version of you. And then that third version. The only people that get to see that third version of you is whoever comes to visit you. Because you can't be the first version of you that you got to be on the yard, because they're not a threat. If they're coming to visit you, that's not saying that everybody on the yard is a threat. I'm saying that you have to have that defense mechanism up. You have to have that guard up. You have to have that version of yourself that is so protective of you that you literally trust no one except for the people that get that second version of you on the yard that you do trust. And they don't even put you in positions to show your second version of yourself in front of anyone else, because they also have to be that first version of themselves on the yard. But whenever the doors are closed and you're locked away, whether it be your roommate, your lover, or someone you call your mom on the yard, Whenever you get that alone time with them, you go for that alone time because you want to be that second version of yourself. No one wants to continue to be that first version of themselves, knowing that we have to be that first version of ourselves to survive the yard. You'll never survive being the second version or the third version of yourself on the yard. You have to be that first version. Is over you. Period. Your family, they think they get the whole version of you, but they don't even have a clue what it's like to have more than one version of you, not by choice. Like, it's literally not my choice to have another version of myself, let alone another 3 now. Okay. It wasn't my choice to have those many versions of myself. Well, some people might say it is our choice to have those many versions of ourselves because it was our choice to go to prison. But you don't know the real reason why someone went to prison. Or some people I know literally for a fact that went to prison because they couldn't take what was going on in the world. Seriously, they would have rather be in prison knowing that they are taken care of and they won't be, well, they think they won't be around drugs, but some people, they do that. They do that. This is just so wild. Like, what is happening in this? And, from the outside looking in, it just looks like trauma. It just looks like trauma. Oh, you build a defense mechanism to where you're a different version of yourself. To a doctor, that might even seem like split personalities. But that's the norm in prison if you want to survive. If you want to survive, you can't be the version of you that you want to be. You can't be that version of you that you were before you went to prison. We go to prison, one version of us, one full version of us, not even including the trauma that we probably went through as a child. But that's still one version of us. And we learn how to split that once we get to prison into 3 versions. And again, a doctor probably might diagnose it as dissociative disorder. It's not dissociative disorder, it's surviving. And if surviving is a disorder in prison, then we all had disorders because we had to survive. We had to find a way to survive. And that way was compartmental, I can't even say it. Splitting ourselves up into different versions. I think y'all know what I was trying to say. I can't even say it. Just fuck off. Whatever. Anyways. Yeah. When I say it later, I'm going to be like, how come I couldn't say it on the couch? Whatever. Anyways. You learn, though. You learn how to do it. And it gets easy. And it's almost hard to turn off once you get to the real world. Once you get to the real world, you like, okay, what version am I now? Who am I? What do I do? Like, I know that sounds weird because I've been around me all these years on the yard. But I still need to know this new version of me in the world. So now you got 4 versions of yourself, but you got to get rid of the other 3 because you're no longer in prison and you no longer have that first version of yourself that you went to prison with. Because who is that person? Who is that person? You don't even know who that person is anymore. I don't know who Janelle was before Janelle went to prison, and when Janelle went into prison within the first few months, not even the first few months, like weeks. I don't know who that version of me is anymore. When you're in prison, all you have is time. Time to think about all the things that happen in your life. Time to replay every situation that you were put in or put through. Not only do you have time to think about your actions, of course, you have time to think about your actions, but you also have time to think about the actions of others that were in your life that contributed to who you are or who you was up until the point that you got locked up. Some of us didn't realize we were pressured into a lot of things as children, all for the sake of saving face for someone, something, or whatever. We were put in some fucked up situations as children, and it bled into our growing upness. And some of us didn't even get to finish growing up. We got to go to prison. Not blaming it. Let's not get it twisted. I'm not blaming anything that anyone took me through before prison for my actions. I'm not placing blame on my parents. I'm not placing blame on. And when I talk about the trauma that I've been through, it's not that I'm talking about it because I'm not over it. I'm talking about it because it actually is healing to talk about the trauma when you've had to hide it your whole life. I was never taken seriously when I was hurt or when I tried to talk about something. I was treated as if, oh, you a kid, it don't matter. Or so if I was a kid and it didn't matter, who was I before I went to the yard? Like I said, I don't know that version of me anymore. I know the version of who I am now, because even the version of who I was on the yard was nothing like I am now. Like, I don't even feel like the same person that I was on the yard, because I knew that I had to be, whenever you get put into a situation and you have to be strong, not that you just strong, and no, you have to be strong. You have to be. There is no fucking choice. And if you're not, then we all knows what happens. We knows. Yeah, I said knows. Again, like being on the yard, you just have nothing but time, and you just think about all the things that you've been through and analyze situations. And sometimes when you analyze situations and think about the things that you went through before you went to prison, oh my gosh, it brings up animosity, resentment, anger, realization, to the point where it can even put revenge in your mind. Like, I am going to get this motherfucking person. No matter what. No matter how long it takes, I'm going to get them. But that's also the version of you that was locked up, that was thinking like that. That was your second version of you. Not the first version that you came into prison with, but it was the second version that you developed while you were in prison. And again, while you're in prison and you thinking about these things and these people that hurt you, pressured you, made you do these things, and you fell for it. And now you're thinking about it. Now you're building up this resentment, this anger, this revenge. And then you get out and you're no longer that version of yourself that came up with this ultimate revenge plan, that came up with this ultimate, I'm going to get you back for all the things that you've done to me, or for the trauma that I feel, or the anger that I'm holding on to, or whatever. Whether it be from somebody in your past, whether it be from somebody from your case, a co-defendant. But then when you develop that new version of yourself, that you learn who you are once you get out, you learn that, because as you're developing these different versions of yourself in prison, you don't know that you're doing that. You don't know that you're doing that. You don't know. Y'all call it out here code switching, like whenever you doing like different, hello, how you doing? Y'all call it like that. But that's the same thing in prison. You code switch because you one version of yourself, and then when you get to visitation, it's, hey mom, hey dad, wow, how are you? I'm doing just fine. Like, yeah, it's amazing here. Yeah, let's go to the vending machine. Like, come on. That's not even the version of you that's on the yard. But that's the version of you that you are in front of your family and friends who come to visit you. You can't just come up in there like, when they say, how are you doing? Oh my God, I just witnessed my cellie getting beat with a lock and a sock, and it traumatized me because I had to clean up the blood, and or I just you can't go in there saying that. And then you go in there saying that. It's officers that's looking to read your lips and see what you're saying. They waiting on you to tell one thing that's happening on the yard, so they could punish you or the person that you're talking about. So it's not like you can go into visitation and be real. I remember one time I had to go to visitation with a black eye, and I couldn't even tell the real reason. All I could say is I'm sleepy, and I was just going like, and so finally when they pulled my hair from around my eye and they seen it, they was like, what the fuck? No, tell me. I'm like, no, like, come on now. Like, I can't. And then I can't even explain to you that I can't tell you. And then you still up here trying to make me tell you something that I literally can't tell you. So then this different version comes out. Hey, I'm good. I actually fell into the bed. Yeah. Everything is all good. When it's really fucking not. I love the version of me that I am now that I'm not in prison, now that I'm not a kid, now that I understand the word peer pressure, now that I understand how to be standing 10 toes and be my own true self, because I didn't grow up learning to be my own true self. They was teaching us other things. It wasn't preparing me for the deception of life, of people, of situations, of self. But now that I've experienced prison, which prepared me for the world now, and then I've been out. February 12th made 10 years. I've been out 10 years. It took me 6 of those years to get to know who I genuinely was. Isn't it a long time? 6 out of 10. That means that when I got out for 6 years, I still didn't know what version of me to be or what version of me I was. Don't rush yourself. Don't think that, you have to rush to find what version of you are. It will come when it's supposed to come. It'll happen when it's supposed to happen. You gonna know. Trust me, I knew. It was actually kind of crazy. It was a really crazy feeling. And when the understanding came of who I am, I was like, wow. Yeah. I remember being told that when I was a child, that I was a royal princess. Did I say that right? I ain't saying nothing right all day today. The medication, don't judge me. If you just now tuning in, it's the Couch Chronicles, where it ain't no fucking limits. I do this every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday from 8 Central Time, and every Wednesday and Friday from 9:30 a.m. Central Time. Thank y'all, all my couch potatoes that tuned in. Y'all, listen. I really be, sometimes, even when I'm on the couch, I'll really be going through it, and I'll be like, you know what? My couch potatoes help me get through. Especially when I can't just sit on the phone and just talk to my wife while she at work, So thank y'all. Genuinely thank you guys, for real. I love y'all. It's the Couch Chronicles, where it ain't no fucking limits. I will see you guys tomorrow. It might be 8 Central Time, but let me see what time the game start, and I'll let y'all know. Okay. I love you guys. It's the Couch Chronicles, where it ain't no fucking limits. Period. Love you.